okay, besties, they say success is the best revenge. And I need you to really sit with what that means today, because what Remy Ma is doing right now isn't even revenge anymore. It's just a full public glow up happening in real time while her ex is out here quoting her old interviews like they're his own original thoughts. Courtside seats, movie deals, rap features everybody's talking about. Meanwhile, silent subtweets and a whole lot of explaining in the comments. And honestly, besties, the timing of all this could not be more poetic. Right when people expected her to disappear quietly after everything that happened, she did the opposite. She got louder, busier, and better. And by the end of this episode, we're going to show you the exact moment Papoose started literally copying Remy's own words, word for word. Let's get into it. So let's set the scene, besties. Remy Ma has been everywhere lately. Main character energy, a Lifetime movie deal in the works, a French Montana remix that had everybody talking, brand deals, rap features, her name trending for the right reasons. And meanwhile, on the other side of this story, Papoose has been post-inspirational quotes from what looks like his own living room, trying to remind everyone he's still relevant. Let's do a quick receipt scoreboard, because I love a good scoreboard. Movie deal? Check. Rap features? Check. Brand money rolling in? Check. Meanwhile, the man who spent a decade calling himself her protector is out here explaining his relationship status in Instagram comments. Bestie, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And here's where it gets really interesting, because for years, the public story was Papoose held Remy down. He was the loyal one, the ride or die, the man who did his time supporting her. But bestie, turns out the story was actually flipped the whole time. Sources close to the situation say Remy was the one paying the bills, writing the checks, holding down the actual household while he got to play the supportive husband role in public. So let's be real about what that means. He wasn't holding her down. He was on payroll. And when the checks and the image both walked out the door at the same time, that's when we started seeing what was actually left standing. Have you ever found out the protector in a relationship was actually just a dependent the whole time? Drop your stories in the comments. Besties, I know I'm not the only one who's seen this movie before. And this pattern, besties, it's not new. It's a formula we've genuinely seen before. Find a talented woman who's a little rough around the edges. Insert yourself as the Polish. Start telling people, I made her. I built her image. All of that. It's the exact same energy Offset tried with Cardi B. And bestie, ask yourself, what happened to his career after Cardi's success kept climbing without needing him to co-sign it? This isn't a one-time mistake. This is a formula certain men run over and over. And it only works as long as the woman doesn't realize her own value. The second she does, the formula collapses. And that's exactly what we're watching happen right now. Now, here's a detail that really gets me, besties. When the cheating allegations first came out and Remy's name was getting dragged all over social media, she's claimed that Papoose told her to just stay quiet, don't respond, don't address it, just let it blow over. And Remy said no. She went out and told her truth in interviews and rap features in the little bars she's been dropping ever since. She's been saying the quiet part out loud. And bestie, when he wanted her silent while her name got smeared, and she chose to speak anyway, that's not shade. That's not clout chasing. That's just a woman finally being allowed to use her own voice after years of being told to sit down. Now let's talk about the friendship piece, because this is the part that stings the most for a lot of people watching. Claressa was reportedly close to Remy at one point, getting style advice, fashion tips, guidance from her. And according to the story going around, that closeness is exactly how she ended up getting close to Papoose too. Here's a free lesson for everybody watching. Besties, if a friend is a little too interested in your husband's schedule, that's not friendship. That's recon. And when the friend walks away with your husband right after walking away with your style tips, that's not a coincidence. That's a heist with a mood board. Let's talk numbers for a second. Besties, because I don't even need my opinion here. The math speaks for itself. Before Papoose entered the picture, Olympic gold medals, an undefeated record, global respect as one of the best to ever do it. After Papoose, reality show cameos, a Twitter controversy about a relationship title that wasn't even legally accurate, and a noticeable quiet where the big endorsement deals used to be. You don't need us to spell it out. We're just laying out the timeline and letting you connect the dots. Sometimes karma doesn't announce itself with lightning and thunder. Sometimes it just looks like stagnation, while somebody else's name keeps trending for all the right reasons. And here's what really makes this sting: besties. It's not like the talent magically disappeared overnight. The skill is still there. The legacy is still there. And those championship medals, nobody can erase those. But here's the thing people don't always want to admit. Talent by itself isn't the whole package anymore. Brands don't just invest in wins. They invest in image, consistency, and the story that surrounds a person. They're watching interviews, social media, public behavior, and yes, even the drama. When a company is putting millions behind someone's face, they're asking one question: is this person helping our brand or creating unnecessary headlines? And lately, the headlines have been doing way more talking than the accomplishments. That's the part that hurts, because it feels like a completely avoidable situation. It's almost like watching someone with all the ingredients for success keep tripping over the recipe. The potential is still sitting right there, but the decisions? Bestie, they're making people raise an eyebrow. Now let's get to my favorite part, because this is where things go from messy to almost sitcom level entertaining. Papoose hopped online talking about how ever since he was a kid, he always wanted people to watch how they talk to him. And I couldn't help but pause, because, wait a minute, doesn't that sound incredibly familiar? Remy has been saying versions of that exact thing for years. Watch how you talk to me. I'm a mogul. That's practically part of her public identity. That's her signature energy. That's the attitude she's carried for the longest time. So hearing the same vibe echoed somewhere else, whew, that's interesting. Then, just when you think you've seen enough, Claressa jumps in with the classic, "Say my name if you're gonna diss me." Bestie, that's another moment that had me looking sideways, because historically, the wife never has to say the other woman's name directly. That's a play we've already seen before. It's almost like everyone's reading from pages that somebody else wrote years ago. Whether it's intentional or completely subconscious, people are noticing the similarities. And on social media, where nothing escapes the internet detectives, those little echoes become giant conversations. That's why fans keep connecting the dots. They're not just hearing random quotes. They're seeing patterns, familiar energy, and repeated behavior. And when too many breadcrumbs keep showing up in the same trail, people are naturally going to follow them. That's why this whole situation has everybody talking, because sometimes the smallest details end up saying the loudest things. And here's the part that really has me scratching my head. Besties, Papoose spent years, literally decades, building this image of being the calm one, the thoughtful one, the guy with the deep bars and even deeper life lessons. He wasn't just another rapper. People looked at him like the voice of reason. Every interview, every verse, every public appearance helped build that reputation. He was supposed to be the man who always moved with strategy instead of emotion. But fast forward to now, and somehow the storyline has completely flipped. Instead of people talking about his lyrics, they're talking about relationship drama, cryptic Instagram captions, subtle shots, comment section debates, and memes that spread faster than the actual music. Bestie, that's not exactly the legacy people expected. And let's be honest for a second. The bars never lost their value. They're still solid. The reputation didn't disappear overnight either. What changed was the perception. Because you can't spend 20 years convincing the world you're the smartest guy in the room and then keep making decisions that leave the entire internet saying, wait, what was that? Every new headline just adds another layer to the conversation. And before you know it, the gossip starts overshadowing the accomplishments. That's a tough position for anybody to be in. Now, here's where the tea gets extra hot. While everybody else seems busy explaining themselves online, one woman quietly turned pain into power. She kept moving, kept leveling up, kept collecting opportunities instead of arguments. New ventures, bigger platforms, bigger rooms, bigger wins. That's where her focus went. Meanwhile, the other side keeps getting compared to the very person they're supposedly trying to move beyond. The quotes sound familiar. The energy feels familiar. Even the clapbacks remind people of chapters they've already read, and that's why people keep saying success is the loudest response. Sometimes you don't have to argue. You don't have to post 100 explanations or win every online debate. You simply keep building, keep growing, and let the results speak for themselves. Because at the end of the day, receipts don't need captions. They speak loud enough on their own team, Remy, obviously, but I want to hear from you. Do you think Papoose and Claressa can ever recover their image after this, or is the damage already done? Drop your take in the comments, hit subscribe so you never miss a spill, share this with the bestie who needs the tea today, and I will see you all in the next one.